Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to add video and sound onto your presentation. So let's go ahead and click on a different slide. So let's say I would like to have either a sound or a video on this slide here. So we're going to say insert. And then you come over here and you do have video and sound. So the video assumes that you already have a video file on your computer. So maybe it's a video that you've taken with a camera or a phone, or maybe it's something you've downloaded from the internet. So I'm going to pick on video here, and you say video from a file. And here, this one kind of comes with Windows. It's just kind of a sample video. So I'll use that, and I'll pick it. It's actually in a folder that was called sample videos. It comes with Windows. I'm going to click on insert right there. Now, when you first put that video on your slide, you probably want to resize that. So I'm going to go ahead and resize it. You can move that. So it's almost like a graphic at this point. We can resize it. We can move it. Right? Now, then it has the play button there as well. So let's run our presentation and see what that's going to look like. Now follow my mouse down here. I don't need to run it all the way from the beginning. I just want to run this one slide. So go ahead and pick on slideshow right there. And that'll run the slide from the current presentation. From the current slide. Now notice how if I move my mouse onto the slide, then the play button will appear, and you pick on play, and it'll start to go. Alright, so that's a nice video. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to hit the escape key to make that stop. And I'll hit the escape key again to go back to my presentation here. Alright, now, what if you wanted that to play as soon as that slide appears? Let me show you what you're going to do about that. I'm actually going to close out of this clip art window that I had open from a previous video. We didn't talk about animations yet, or maybe you've seen it on a different video. But we're going to add an animation which will then be able to allow us to control the timing of that video. So what I'll do is I'm going to come up here and pick on the animations menu. And then I'm used to using something that's called the animation pane. So I'm going to click on that. And this new window will appear. So notice how it already made the video on the animation pane. It does consider that to be an animation. So what you do is you're going to right click on that video here in the animation pane, and you go into effect options. Now you can what you do is you come over here to where it says timing, and right now I have to move my mouse to it and click on it for it to play. But I want it to be automatic. So what you do is you say after previous, and then you pick the number of seconds. So let's say 1 second after that slide appears, or maybe even a half a second, then I want that video to play. So this is really important. The video is part of the animation pane. I had right-clicked on that video on the animation pane, and I picked on effects. Then I picked on timing. Then I said after previous, maybe a half second. You can make that whatever you want it to. Now here's another interesting choice as well. I'll pick on video settings. And in this case, maybe they don't apply, but sometimes they do. I'm going to go ahead and click on OK here. Now I'm going to go back and run my show again. I can use that little screen over here to run my show. And now notice how the slide appeared, and then as soon as it appeared, the video started to play. So you can make the video either play on demand when you click on it, or you can make it play as soon as it appears, as soon as that slide appears. You do that with your animation pane over here. I right-clicked on it. I picked on effect options, and then timing. You say after previous, and you say a certain number of seconds. Right? So that is how we can use a video into our presentation. Now, I would also like to go back to this slide and add a sound. So in this case, I'm going to say insert, and notice how there's one that's called audio. Now again, you can say an audio from a file. There's some that come with clip art. There's not a whole lot of this. Usually I'll use an audio from a file. Now this could be any kind of sound file, including a CD track that you might have on your computer. And then we could even record audio. So for this slide, I'm going to record an audio. So I'm going to say insert, and then audio, and then record audio. All right, so I'm going to say, I'm going to call this one text box. At that point, to start recording, I'm going to click on the circle here. This is the slide where I showed you how to make a text box. To make a text box, you're going to click on the Insert menu, and about halfway over it says Text Box. And then you're going to move your mouse on, you're going to click there, and then you're going to move your mouse onto the slide and click there, and then you can start typing in. Now this sound, I just stopped recording. This sound is now in your slide. Now usually what you would do is you would actually move that picture so you don't see it. We're going to move this picture over here so you don't really see it that much. I can resize it, of course. Now, just like the video I just showed you, the way it is right now, I would have to click on that sound to be able to play it. Like, for example, I'm going to go back into my show here, and I can click on the sound and then play it. This is the slide where I showed you how to make a text. And then the video, it just went to the next slide, and the video started to play. But I want to go back to this slide. I just hit the escape key to go back to the slideshow view. I want to make that sound play as soon as the slide appears as well. Notice how that also is in the animation pane for that slide. So I'm going to right-click on the audio. I'll pick on timing. And in this case, I'm going to say after previous, like we said before, and I want that to play a half second after the slide is there. Now I know with the sound I have maybe some more options. So look, I can play it from the beginning of the sound track, from the last position. I can start it at a certain time. I can stop it after, it can even go to the next slide, or I can stop it when I click on it. So you really have a lot of options for your sound. You should experiment with some of those. The timing, of course, we did. But check this out. I like the effect where I can start it from the beginning of the sound, or from the last position, or from a certain time in the middle. I can stop playing it either when I click on it or even after a certain slide. So you can make that sound go to, more than one slide, as many as you want it to, as long as the slide is short. And then even over here, I can stop it after the number of slides. I can repeat it multiple times. So you really have a lot of options with your sounds. I'm going to click on OK. Now I'm going to run my show again with the slideshow button over here. This is the slide where I showed you how to make a text box. To make a text box, you're going to click on the Insert menu, and about halfway over it says Text Box. And then you're going to move your mouse on, you're going to click there, and then you're going to move your mouse onto the slide and click there, and then you can start typing in. So that sound played as soon as I had gone to that slide. Now I'm going to go to the next slide by hitting the down arrow, and notice how the video starts to play automatically on this slide. I'm going to hit the escape key to stop that. So when we add a sound or a video, we say insert, and we say video or sound. Usually you say video from a file, or the audio from a file, or you can record your own like I just did. When you do that, when you want to control the timing, you go to the animations menu and you pick on animation pane, so that displays over there. So it considers the video and the sound to be an animation. What you do from there is you right-click on that, and you pick on either timing or effect options. And then if you want it to be automatic, you say after previous and the number of seconds you want it to start. And that's how we can add sound and video into our PowerPoint presentation.